We're here with Tony Burnett, who teaches guitar and who has a profile on FindaGuitarTeacher.com. Welcome, Tony. Thanks for taking the time in your busy schedule to talk to us.
Hey, my pleasure, not a problem. How are you today?
I'm doing very good, and it's a pleasure to be here with you as well. Well,
Hey.
tell us first, where do you teach? What city and what state are you in?
I'm in Temecula, California, and I have a little music school there. I've had the school since about 2008, and I own it and operate it, and I teach during the week too. I've been teaching for about 21 years now, I think it is, and most of that time has been in the Temecula Marriott area, which is basically Southern California, about, I would say, 45 minutes or so north of San Diego. Is like closest major city is where it is.
Got it. And do you teach only at your location at the school, or do you also travel to students' homes?
I do not travel to students' homes, unfortunately, because I'm so busy at the school. Unfortunately, I don't have time to do that.
Of course.
So I'll do come to the school, but I also teach online Skype lessons too. I do have a few students that I do online also. So
That's wonderful. If someone wanted to contact you about Skype lessons, what would be the best way to do so?
well, they can always email me. That's always the quickest and best way. They can go to my website, which is www.tonyburnett.com, which is basically my name.com.
Yes.
Yeah, you can email me through the website there. It'll go directly to me, and I'll respond to you as fast as I can in between lessons.
Of course. Well, how would you describe the guitar lesson climate there in Temecula? Are there a lot of people who want to learn guitar?
Yeah, actually there is. There's quite a few teachers that I have that work for me, and there's a couple other a lot of local teachers around my area. Yeah, it's actually pretty fruitful out there. It's been there for a while. Temecula is a very family-oriented town. There's a lot of families there and things like that. So, and it's a really really nice neighborhood. It's very, very clean and nice. It's very kind of a upper class type of a neighborhood. And all the kids are great. Parents are great. So it's actually a really nice place to teach. And like I said, I've been lucky enough to be teaching there for almost 20 years now in that location. So,
yeah, sounds like a wonderful place to live and to teach. And do you offer lessons on other instruments besides guitar?
I do, yes. Personally, myself, I do guitar lessons. I also do bass. I also teach drums.
Yes.
Yes, I do drums. I also do a rock school program that I developed a long time ago where I take kids and form bands with them. It's what I call it rock school. And I teach that class also. I also do like music theory, those classes too. And I also do some recording classes also at the same time. So that right there is what I personally do, and that pretty much keeps my plate full.
Of course. Sounds like it keeps it very full. And do you teach both adults and children?
Oh, yes. I would probably say a good 60% of my students are between the ages of about 8 and 18 kids, and the other one are definitely adults. I actually have quite a bit of adults. I've been seeing more of an adults lessons over the last couple of years, and I think what that is that they see all their sons and daughters getting really good.
Of course. And so they want the same for themselves.
Exactly, yes.
And in simple terms, how would you describe your guitar teaching approach with an individual student?
Well, that's where I'm a little bit different than a lot of teachers. I don't follow the standard curriculum. I actually write all my own curriculums.
Yes.
Everything that I give a student is personally written by me, and I've developed curriculums over my career and teaching career. That I have found out, probably the most important thing is that no two students are alike, and you have to be able to adjust immediately. That's very important because some students are going to progress faster than others, and some are going to be slower. Even
of course.
Girls. So with the ones that are maybe struggling a little bit, you have to spend more time with them on specific subjects versus just going, okay, we're done with that, let's move on.
Right.
We're not move on yet. So you really have to adjust depending on how the student is, how he's learning. That's the most important thing to me. And that works a lot better versus just following the standard timeline, if you will.
Of course.
You can't really do that.
Yeah, I can understand that completely. And Can you tell us a little bit about your fees and your scheduling format? How often do you work with students?
Most of my lessons are 30-minute based, and they're all privates, one-on-one lessons.
Yes.
I have done a lot of group lessons in the past, a lot of classes. That doesn't work as well, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
When you're 20 or 30, it's so much better with the one-on-one. So that's pretty much what I do exclusively is the one-on-one private lessons. And the way that they're structured is the tuition for the school is $99 a month.
Yes.
And so what that gives you is four 30-minute lessons, one per week on the same day, same time. And we don't charge any registration fees. We don't do any contracts or anything like that. We're just basically a month-to-month basis. And so you just sign up for a month of lessons. You get your four 30-minute lessons. And then when we get to the fourth lesson is when you pay your tuition for the next set of four. It's just kind of ongoing month-to-month basis.
Got it. And are all the lessons you teach half an hour, or do you ever teach longer lessons than that?
I do. I have some students that like to go 1 hour, and they go like every other week, for example.
Got it.
And it balances out to the same thing anyway. So yeah, I do have a group of students that like to come for an hour, and they come like once every other week versus 30 minutes every week. Yeah.
Of course. And when you're teaching, what guitar do you find you use most? Would it be the one that you're holding now, or do you use different instruments for different students?
You know what? Actually, this one right here I have behind me, this is my main teaching guitar that I use, just a Fernandez.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've actually been endorsed by Fernandez for a long time. I have several of their guitars, and I love them to death. They're beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I have at the studio at work, I have about 6 or 7 guitars there, and actually they're all set in different tunings.
I see. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, depending on students will bring in CDs of songs they want to learn all the time. And sometimes it's a drop D or a drop C, or sometimes it's a 7-string tuning. So I have those in case I have to work that song and I need that particular guitar for it.
Well, that's a really smart strategy to have the various guitars all ready to go, just so whatever tuning you're encountering, you can just grab a guitar and go rather than having to retune.
Absolutely, especially a lot of students, especially the younger ones, they're really into the really heavy music.
Yes.
Heavy metal and stuff, and the tunings are getting lower and lower and lower.
That's certainly true. Yeah.
So I started taking a guitar like this and I started tuning it down so low the strings start getting like rubber bands.
I sometimes wonder when the tunings are so low how it's possible to keep the chords and the music going, because the strings get so loose after a while.
That's why they have 7, 8, and they have actually just debuted last January at NAMM. I was there, a 9-string electric guitar now.
No kidding. Wow.
Oh,
And
yeah, the neck is like a surfboard. It's like this big. It's
wow.
How do you play this?
It must be crazy just to look at. And
like I said, I have a guitar. If I ever bought that guitar, I'd have a guitar and a surfboard at the same time because it's like this big.
For comparison's sake.
Exactly.
Well, would you like to play something so that people viewing the video would be able to get a taste for your guitar playing?
Sure, absolutely. I'll just, I guess I'll just improvise a little bit, just for a little bit. And
yeah, that would be great. Like 20, 30 seconds would be perfect.
All right, sounds good.
Wow, that sounds great, Tony. Thank you for playing that, and that sounds awesome. And we're going to wrap up the interview, but I want to thank you sincerely for taking part in the interview. It's great to talk with you and learn about what you do, and to hear you play guitar.
Oh, absolutely. It's my pleasure, and thank you for allowing me to give this interview and talk a little bit about what I do. It's been a pleasure. It really has.
It really has for me, too, and good luck at the gig tonight.
All right. Thank you so much, sir.
All right. Take care, and hope to see you soon on Find a Guitar Teacher.
Absolutely. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.